Most organizations that produce software want to say they are practicing Agile development. But what does that really mean? To say you are practicing Agile development, you need to be striving to follow the Agile Manifesto. The Agile Manifesto is a collection of 4 values and 12 principles. Our video called What is Agile goes through these in detail, so be sure to check it out if you haven't. For the purposes of this video, it's important to note that these values and principles don't specify a methodology. Both are very general. The principles simply come out of trying to follow the Agile values. Now, there are all kinds of procedures and methodologies people use to try to follow the Agile principles and values, but if your team starts focusing on those more than the actual values and principles, they're missing the point of Agile. You can't follow an Agile methodology to become Agile. You have to follow the values and principles first and foremost. Perhaps a methodology will help, but if you forget why you are following that methodology, you aren't following Agile. There's a story about a young prince from northern India who married a young woman. Unlike some royal unions, they were obviously deeply in love with each other. After a year and a half of marriage, the young woman was stung by a poisonous insect and tragically died. The prince was heartbroken and lay at the foot of her bed for 2 days without leaving. Eventually, he ordered her body to put in a silver coffin and placed in a sarcophagus made from alabaster. He then dedicated his life to building a monumental building around her body to remember their love. Year after year, he put all his effort into improving the structure and making it more and more beautiful. He was constantly looking for ways to improve every aspect of the building that had his queen at the center. After spending his life directing the work and rework of every aspect of the huge monument, he kept having the nagging feeling that something wasn't quite right. He knew there was some change that would bring the magnificent monument closer to perfection. After years of making new additions and removing them in search of just the right thing to make it better, he pointed his finger at the sarcophagus in the center of the otherwise perfect building and ordered it removed. This is what happens when teams get so focused on the way they are trying to follow Agile that they forget what Agile really is. They forget why they are doing all the things they are doing. Successful Agile teams are the ones that understand the importance of the values and principles. Their practices and methodologies are always merely ways to support the values and principles. Otherwise, like the prince, they get so focused on what they are doing that they eventually throw out the very reason they are doing it. Subscribe so you don't miss new videos, and leave a comment to tell us what you think. It may seem like a small thing, but every like, subscription, and comment is very appreciated. If you want to know more about Agile, click here for a cartoon explaining the Agile principles and values. Also, I have a book on getting started with Agile. I'd love to give you a free copy if you want to click here. And as always, if you'd like to show your support for the creation of these videos, please take a few seconds to click on like so more people will see the video.